All right, let's do it. Truggs versus Big Wagh, and this is, of course, from Seasons of War.
War rages across the mortal realms. New alliances are formed while others lie shattered, and the dominant powers ever seek their next.
These guys make great videos.
As these two powerful forces prepare to clash, one fact is becoming clear. The season of war has begun.
These guys making great battle rips is why I don't make battle rips. It's like, oh, they're just too good.
This battle is brought to you by our channel members and FLGS partners, Warpfire Minis and X-Planet. Baron of Dice is the exclusive dice supplier for Season of War. Take a look through their incredible designs or even get your own custom dice made.
Hello and welcome to Season of War. Tonight we are excited to bring you another game of Age of Sigmar. I'm Jordan, joined by Fancy Ridge again tonight.
What's up, everybody? How's it going?
And we are excited to bring you guys another game. We've got an epic destruction matchup today.
Oh, yes.
So really testing who's the biggest and baddest of them all.
Yeah, my guys are bigger than yours, but
they are bigger.
Maybe not the Mock Crusher.
Maybe not badder.
Yeah.
But just before we dive into things, I want to say a big thank you to all our channel members who help support the channel and make it all possible.
Yeah, go support these
Our channel members
guys.
do get 4 extra battle reports a month, so if you're interested in more content, want to help support the channel, you can do so by hitting the join button below the video to learn more. But then we also are just launching another campaign to get our Cool Boys army funded and so we can get it painted. So this was a goal chosen by our community of members, so they got to select what army they wanted to see us add to the channel next. We've got a bunch on the go and ready to get painted.
Yeah.
It just takes time, and for more time we need to, a little bit of support, whether it's commission painting or helping to outsource the editing, so I have more painting time.
Yeah, if you guys give
All
me
those
money,
things
that'll
us
help
get
me
more
with my
armies
time
and
too.
units.
I'll have
Yeah.
more
We
time
wanna
to
get
sit
different
around and
builds
do
and stuff on the
nothing and
channel as
not
well.
paint
Crow Boys
models.
are like a awesome range, as
Yes.
everyone voted, so we know that the models are incredible,
Yeah.
and the rules they're one of those underdogs that like people don't think are great, but then you see
Yeah.
5-0s and like they're
Oh,
a good
yeah.
army too. So
They're in high
They're
demand
not.
right now. They're a hot army, or they're coming up
Yeah.
lately.
especially
They're
with the Big
not.
Wah stuff as well. You can play them in that.
People that say this,
Exactly. But-
people that say like that Cruel Boys are good and that Cruel Boys are hot and that Cruel Boys are doing well, I don't think play Cruel Boys. I don't think that they play Cruel Boys. I think that players that play Cruel Boys know what Cruel Boys are like. And people that just watch stats and watch LVO and watch, like whatever, like they don't know what Cruel Boys are actually like. They're just like, oh yeah, like Cruel Boys are looking good right now. Yeah, yeah. It's like, no, they're not. Like, they're not.
Then, Ridge, the mission
It
we're
bugs
today
me.
is Geomantic Pulse. So we got 4 objectives on the table.
Because then we don't get
you
love
score
and
1 point for holding one
attention.
objective.
Like LVO came and went, and then Cruel Boys got no love. Cruel Boys got no love, right? So it's like, well, thanks guys. Thank you, Jacob Brandon.
Then in the second battle round, whoever's going second in that round chooses one of the end objectives to start with.
Yep.
That objective becomes the pulse. The pulse moves every round down across the board. And then if you hold the pulse, you score 2 points. And then for each objective adjacent to the pulse, you score an additional point.
Yeah.
So some of the turns, there's up to 6 and 7 points worth of scoring, including battle tactics.
Yeah.
So it can get a little wild. But that's pretty much it
Get
for the
a little
mission.
wild.
So Ridge, do you want to take us through your list?
Yes, I'm excited to take us through because I've got enough trolls now painted up that we can run a full Trugg herd. So that's obviously what we're going to play it in. I'm loving Glogs as well, using Trugg and their healing and stuff, but I wanted to play Trugg herd because I got 3 Danks in 1 unit. So the list is Trugg, obviously, and then the general is going to be a Dank Trogg boss. So he has the command trait that actually just makes him a monster, which is always
good
good.
command
And then
trait.
his item gives it, so it makes it so that if within 12 on a 5-up, you don't get the command point that you do
If when issuing CP.
when issuing CP. Yeah, so it's a good one essentially.
It's not.
And then I did take another.
To me, that seems like I'm not super familiar with Trugg herd, but it's like it's a dank hold, so he's slow, and you got to be within 12 to deny the CP. It's like that's that's pretty minimally impactful. Like it's on a 5-up too, right? So like you could play your whole game and have no benefit from that. And that's one thing about like these artifacts and these enhancements that you have to really consider is like, well, like what actual value is this gonna give to my army? Right? How many of you have played a Cruel Boys game with Mork's Eye Pebble and your opponent had no shooting and you're like, well, nothing this game. If that's how it's going to be, if you're going to have an artifact that is like sometimes like not useful at all, like it's not going to come into play at all, it has to be really effective at something that you need to happen when it happens. Like Cruel Boys, the Mork's Eye Pebble, it's like, well, against an army that has shooting, for a turn, it's actually quite good. To be honest, it should just be for the whole game.
It's going to be the purple one with the red and the yellow one. A mushroom, just because of the Nullstone Adornment with the new battle scroll having the tactic of just putting him on a point that I don't control.
Yep.
Right.
Just another tactic I can
It's a
do.
problem.
So instead of that, I had to make, so he just has the unbind, not the pouch, the one.
Gives you an unbind, but
And
you
then
get
if I
multiple.
do one, then I get another one, blah, blah, that. So he has that, yeah. And then for Battle Line,
That's good.
which is awesome because I have all Battle Line, because that's what Truggs is. We have 3 units of 3 Rock Guts, and then I have 3 Fellwater Troggs, which are looking like Rock Gut model-wise, but I painted them green and brown. So
We've been waiting. We haven't got our hands on some Fellwaters yet.
yeah,
so.
they were super hard to get actually for the last
I guess
while.
they have to
so,
go
I just painted them like
models.
that. Yeah, and then
I was gonna say,
a
just
unit
3D
of-
print
a
some.
big unit of 3 Dankled Troggoths, which is so cool because they're battle
So
line.
in this
It's
unit, or in this list, this is actually what I'm interested in seeing. I'm interested in seeing what Trugg is like specifically, because a friend of mine plays a lot of Trugg and has like kind of mixed kind of reviews. But like reinforced, and in this case double reinforced Dankled Troggoths, like I'm curious to see what they're actually capable of doing, because they're quite scary. Like they are quite scary. I'm just doing a little bit of browsing there. Like the big problem with the Dankled Troggoths in general is, from what I can remember, I'm just pulling up the War Scroll right now, but they don't have a ton of dice when they attack. They only have 4 attacks. So 4 dice at 3s to hit, 2s to wound, 2 rend, and D3 plus 3 damage. Like, it's a lot, right? Like, it can really be painful. So my question becomes, well, instead of 4, if it's 16 dice, right, with 1 all-out attack at 2s and 2s with 2 rend and D3 plus 3 damage, like it's like 12, it's like 60 damage sort of potential. So like, well, like I'm curious, like even if only half of them hit, right, it's still 30 damage. Like it's like whatever comes in contact with them is going to die. And I'm just curious how it's going to be played. It's also 30 wounds between them, right? And it regenerates. It has a 4-up spell ignore. Yeah, we'll see.
The only way
I'm
you can
curious
run
to see
a
that.
triple
Yes.
unit of 3 of them.
Yeah, really
So
cool.
the damage from those guys, excited to see.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. And then I am playing it with Overshadow, so all my stuff is battle line, so just kill battle line. And then I can't remember, I think I'm 1980 or something close, but yeah, you'll see on the screen here.
Yeah. Nice. Well, I am playing Big Wagh today, similar to the list we took out last time when you played at Ridge.
Okay, let's see. Weird Dove Shaman of the Chilllands, cool. Wargog Prophet with glowing tattoos and Horfrost, cool. War Chanter, get him beat. War Chanter, fix him beat. Mega Boss on Mock Crusher, Destroyer, and Fasten. Okay, so it's an Iron Jaws Big Wagh. We see, and this must, because this is only from a few days ago, so I wonder if they're playing with the new Battle Tactics split. Okay, Brutes, Ardboys, Reinforced Ragers, Reinforced Gore Gruntus. So yeah, I mean, this is sort of what I always tell people. It's like, oh, like I'm playing Iron Jaws, I'm having a hard time, and you know, and so on and so on. It's like, well, then just take your Iron Jaws models, get a Wargog Prophet, go play Big Wagh. That's what this is. It's everything is an Iron Jaw except for the weird Nubsham or the Wargog Prophet. Everything else is an Iron Jaw. Not having a good time with Iron Jaws, looking like you want to do a little bit better, run lists like this. That, like, I'm playing a game tonight. Someone's coming over to my place, and I'm not really sure what to play. And I was thinking about taking some Iron Jaws off the shelf, and I'm like, well, like I don't really want to play Iron Jaws because, like, it's just not fun. And when people come to me to play games, like, you know, most of the time they want to kind of test their mettle. They want to see what their army is like against like another army that's actually good. Right? And like, so this would be a better version, right? This would be like, this list is something that I would put on the table and be like, okay, like this is what like Iron Jaw Big Wagh is like, right? Like this is a good Iron Jaws Big Wagh list. I also bought 2 boxes of Ragers, built them, primed them, and I have never put them on the table ever, like not once. So
Yeah.
It's mostly
let's see what
Iron
he has to
Jaws.
say about
For
his
battle
list.
line, I've got 2 units of 5 Brutes, and then in the center here I have a unit of 10 Ardboys, and then I also have a unit of 6 Gore Gruntas and a unit of 6 Brute Ragers. So those are kind of my hammers, as well as my Mega Boss on Mock Crusher. He's obviously got Fasten and the Destroyer apps.
obviously.
Then I have 4 more heroes still. I've got 2 War Chanters, and then I've got the Weird Knob Shaman, who is my general. He is a shaman of the Chilled Lands, so I did access to all.
So the only thing that I would say now is that you probably want to have a Cruel Boys general. So, but it makes the list a little bit weird. We're 30 points under, so you could add in, like, say, a Nashtooth, but something has to get cut. So it's like, what gets cut? If you downgrade Ardboys to Brutes, you have 90 points, which is 10 under what you need. So fitting in a Swampcalla Shaman into this list could actually be kind of annoying. Just looking at the numbers. Like, what are you giving up? A unit of Gorgruntas? Right? And then, so if you get rid of a unit of Gorgruntas, you're gaining 70 points, which means you're gaining 100 points. So you have 100 extra points. Looks kind of yucky. Looks like a yucky list to try to fit in a Swampcalla.
All the,
I don't know.
realm
I'd have to mess
spells.
around with it.
And he took the Doripid Green Hand of Dort to teleport, of course. And then I also took a Word Dog Prophet, who has glowing tattoos for the 4-up Lord. Again, just making him way more deadly with his eye lasers.
See if your eye lasers were better than my
Yes.
eye lasers from the other
Can't
game.
get much worse than yours.
No.
But I did have a ton of battalions here for a bunch of different things. Obviously, a Warlord for the extra enhancement. I had Endorian Acolytes with the 2 Wizards, and then I had 2 of the Iron Jaws battalions to get to do an all-out attack for one of them
they're
for free.
great.
So
Why-
just potentially
why not?
2 extra free CP throughout the game.
For sure.
But that's it. I was a ton of drops because of all those battalions. Rich, you outdropped
No
me here,
option
so it's
for
gonna be
Wizard
up to
Finder,
you.
I guess. You
So
need
before
6
the
heroes
game
for
begins,
Wizard
I'm just
Finder.
gonna do the moon in this quarter, which will be for you guys.
Yeah, like, how could that even... I'm like, oh, I'm not going to do that now.
Quarter,
Yep.
and I'm just gonna give.
No, I just wanna, like,
Jordan
list
the first
build.
turn here.
Sounds good. We'll jump into Big Wah turn 1.
Sounds good.
So let's have a look at some deployment here.
All right, so I'm just going to go for Magical Dominance for the battle tactic.
Yep.
I wish they would
action is going to be Here We Go.
take a
to
minute
generate
to
some extra
show
Wah points. Yes, I did an
Deployment.
additional
Well,
one.
here's,
so
I
I'm at
guess,
4, so
deployment. So what do we got? Brutes. Ardboys? Brutes? Okay, so just, I mean, like, this list has no casters. So it has an unbinder, right? But it has no casters. So it has no deep strike. It has no teleport. It has no fast moving units. This is why Trugg's Trugg Herd I don't like. It's like you can't have a well-rounded army with Trugg's Trugg Herd. You're like, well, I'm a bunch of trolls. Okay, so you're slow, you're kind of slappy, you have good rend, you have no tricks, right? It's like you're gonna have Trugg, which is gonna buff your army in various ways. But it's like that's all. It's very low tricky. It's slow, survivable, and slappy, but no tricks. No tricks. So then this deployment's fine, right? Like you don't need... It's like I can sort of see here, you know, we got all the casters in the middle. Screens in the front. Ragers and Gorgruntas on the left and right. Cool, you got your hammers on the left and the right. Cool. Easy game. Right, and then you're just going to want to stall until you get all your buffs online, and then you'll want to engage in combat. So it's like minimally unpack your castle, minimally commit, get your 5 points, and then fall back. And then Trugg's got to do the opposite. It's like, I think that, yeah, he's got to just like auto run everything into the middle, you know, and do the opposite. The Trugg Herd has to be very, very aggressive. And orcs want to do the opposite. They want to stall. So let's see what actually
and
happens.
then
here.
I forgot to roll for my general,
Magical Dominance,
who will
that's fine.
generate me 6.
Jesus,
So
of course.
up to 10
start to wall points.
wall points off the start. Not too bad. And then my War Dog Prophet is going to cast Mystic Shield, which I'll have to throw a Primal at. And I get.
Nice.
Barely.
Almost, you were almost to +1 to cast, which is
Yeah.
12.
So I'll throw that Mystic Shield on the Ardboys.
Cool.
And then the Weird Knob Shaman is going to cast Hoarfrost on a 5. 10, so we'll get that off. I'm going to put it on the Brute's swords.
Yep.
They're Den Ren 3.
Nice.
And I don't really care about Arcane Bolt with my last spell, so...
Yep.
Oh,
And
is
then
that
we'll
what he's
just jump into
doing?
movement.
Do his brutes have...
Want to help the channel add new armies and units? Consider tossing over a super chat or super thanks to chip in towards our latest goal.
support these guys?
And I'm going to do Violent Fury on my Brutes on the right and my Ardboys.
So he's running. Is he running Choppas? I don't know. Hoarfrost on Brute seems bad in units of 5 because like there's 3 different profiles in the 5 units.
And that's going to be it for my turn. So just moved up, touched 1 objective, because that's all you need to do on this mission, round 1. I've got a bunch of buffs up on my Ard boys, so they're not the most enticing to go into right now.
Yeah, this is smart.
But,
You're
choice if you want to.
minimally
But again,
unpacking,
just kind of
buffing, prepping for the double turn.
Bidwa stores well, so don't need to take many risks right now.
And you get stronger as the game goes on.
It's
All
actually got a good start on my wall
Especially
point.
rolling a 6 and another one.
Yeah, so
great
got
big wall
10
start.
at the off the top of turn 1, so can't complain about that.
You can see on this
I think
left
the
and
best
this right, the
possible
Brutes are not
that, I
super
can do.
committed, like they're still
So
kind of
that'll be
arcing
it.
back.
We'll turn things over to the other destruction army.
Sounds good. Let's do it.
Going into Trugg's turn 1.
Looks good so far for Big Wagh.
All right, so for my battle tactic, I'm going to just put my Nullstone dude onto this point. I
Yep.
don't need to take it. You just need to put him onto
The new one, nice.
Yes. So very easy turn 1. And then for heroic action, I'm just going to do a CP with my general, which I'm going to get.
All right, I'm going to go for Here We Go. And I get another wall point up to 11.
All right, so Trugg is going to also start of the hero phase, bonk his Laystone. There's no ward there, so I'll just go with +1 attack to all my melee weapons.
For all
Not
your
very
trolls.
For all the trolls. All right, so that's going to be it for hero phase, and we'll go into movement.
Setting up for Surround and Destroy, maybe. I'm kind of curious about the Dankholds, if the Dankholds would have been better off, like, in front. But maybe not. Yeah, it's just a troll castle. Looks great, though.
Okay, so back from my turn after some shimmying and shuffling here with stuff. Very easy tactic showing the Nullstone item here. So just being able to just put a guy on the point, not even just to get my tactic. So very easy there. And then the rest of the stuff, everything is just kind of like positioning. I did put myself in a position that I can do surround because they don't have the best tactics. Some of the Trugg herds are difficult. Other than the one that I usually do turn 1, which I can actually save for turn 2 or turn 3.
So again, you know, like I've made this point so many times, but you can see how the list itself is set up to get the tactics. Right? He's running a bunch of MSU units of rock guts. It's like, well, yeah, because they're going to cover the flanks, right? But then it's like one goes off on the left, one goes off on the right, and then you can sort of set up that surround and destroy.
The thought here is that if this game goes long, I want to be able to get tactics.
Yeah,
and,
exactly. Smart move.
We're both in a position, I think, where we might not want to take turn if we win priority.
Yep.
So, yeah,
Yes, also
that's
true.
kind of the process here.
Yeah, we both wouldn't mind being the defender here and getting to then leverage everything into combat on the bottom of the round.
Yeah. Now, I did
So
push
it's so
up the
funny
3
to me,
danks.
right? Because we were just watching that video from the Warhammer community about the double turn, and you can see in this game right here that neither player wants, like, they both want to control the double turn, right? So right now, Trugg controls the double turn, and if the Orc player wins prio, he's going to give the double turn to Trugg so that he can then control the double turn from this point forward.
And Trugg pretty far, though, in case you do give me
And
prio,
I'm not
I
sure
can
how
still
good that
actually
is
threaten
for the game.
I rolled the bonked his Laystone, and I rolled
Well, I don't know.
attack.
I don't know. Maybe
So
it's good. I don't
also
know.
kind of a deterrent, very offensive. The 5-up ward would have been nice just with the Fellwaters and the
If the Orcs go next, they don't want to
and the
fight.
other hero.
They want to just get 5
but,
points
you know,
again.
Sometimes you don't roll that.
Yeah.
So,
Yep.
And,
yeah,
like,
so
set
then
up their
that's gonna be
castle.
it, and I'm gonna get just
Maybe
one
maybe the
tactic
Mega
for free.
Boss wants to
Yep,
go kill a unit
tie
of
game
trolls.
goes round 2. Got priority
probably
here.
not.
Yes. See a moon.
You got the 5 to 2. It's
5.
all you.
Yeah, so I'm going to give you the turn here. I know you're
Yeah,
going to be able
smart.
to be explosive and destructive no matter when. So here I'm going to actually be able to pick where the pulse goes, which is kind of a benefit.
Okay.
Super benefit.
So yeah, I'm going to give you the turn, and I'm going to start the pulse over here.
Okay, sounds good. So we'll jump into Big Wagh, turn 2.
Let's do it. So I'm going to roll my moon here as well, which should have happened at the beginning. So it is in the middle, so that's the whole...
So the moon moves to the middle of the
to
table.
the middle, yeah.
Wagh points for my general. I get 2 more. Primal dice. We got 1 each. So my battle tactic is going to be That's Our Turf now, just to have 2 Iron Jaws units within 3 of the center of the board. My heroic action is going to be Here We Go to generate no Wagh points.
So you can see with the iron. So far with the Iron Jaws, he's got pizza. So far with the Iron Jaws battle tactics, they've been pretty easy so far, right? So That's Our Turf now and Magical Dominance. However, I feel like against different armies that this suddenly is no longer viable, and also with the priority. Like, what does he pick if he goes second? Right? He's not going to be able to get himself all the way into the middle, probably, if he goes second. Magical Dominance gets turned off because the opponent's unbinds move forward. So it's like, what do you actually do? Right? Like like he's having an easy time right now, but again, it's the Iron Jaws Big Wagh tactics are so much harder than the Cool Boys Big Wagh tactics.
On my Nullstone Boy.
Sounds good. So the Word God Prophet is going to cast Hoarfrost, which I'll dead on a 12.
Go ahead.
He'll put that on the Ardboys again, so they're wounding on 2s. And then he'll cast Mystic
fine.
Shield, which I'll dead on a 13.
All right, go ahead.
Also on the Ardboys.
Yeah, buffing up the Ardboys seems fine to me.
My
Are they
War
going in
Chanters
this
are
turn?
going to use Violent Fury on the Ardboys and my Gorgrentas. And then my Weird Knob Shaman is going to cast Hand of Gork.
Where's this teleport
There
going?
we go.
He miscasts.
Snake Eyes.
Makes up for all my good casting.
Yeah.
And he'll take 2 mortal wounds.
Throw primals at it.
And because I failed that, my Mega Boss is going to have to issue Mighty Destroyers to the Brutes. And then I'll move the Ardboys and the other unit of Brutes as well.
Cool.
So all the Brutes move? So the whole line just moves up? Where the Brutes gonna go?
And with that, we are
Just
into
screened
movement.
out. Okay. Ardboy's position like that makes me nervous. Yeah, he's just keeping his hammers back. It's the right call. Just waiting.
All right, so that's it for Big Wagh turn 2. Not very orc-like here.
Yes.
Again, Big Wagh has great tactics, so just doing what we need to do. I would have actually loved to send the pigs off to one flank to take out a unit of trolls and take the objective, but I didn't get the teleport, so I just had the Mighty Destroyers and all around the Brutes over there. I did mistakenly use Mighty Destroyers on the Ardboys. They wouldn't have been able to do it, but I rolled a big run roll, so we counted the run and the move against what I had previously moved, so I moved what I was allowed.
That was on my behalf, just to quickly cut in, was I could have moved these guys within 12 of the Brutes too, which means you wouldn't have been able to Mighty Destroyers and then get the 3 on
I
your
would have
team.
had to do some different tricks.
Yes, and then I saved my Unbind for Hand of Gork, so you would have had to maybe think about putting the pigs in or something else.
Moving the Mega Boss over. I would have had to do something else to store the...
That's a mistake that I still make
pulse?
sometimes, as I move units
But
when they
I got my battle
are
tactic
within
by having
12.
2 units within 3 of the center, 2 Iron Jaws units.
Yep.
I got all the buffs up on my
Like there's a piece of
Brutes
terrain,
again,
but
or
they're
Ardboys,
just
sorry,
tagged.
so
And
hopefully...
it's like, oh, I'll just move. Like,
I just want to slow you down and not let you
gotta pay more
have a
attention
big
to that.
double.
Yeah, for sure.
That's the main thing. It's going to be tough. You have so much firepower in there.
Yes,
But-
and also though, turn 3 is going to be big because you have the stupid 2 little heroes in the middle of
Exactly.
there
So if you
within
come
12.
in and lose priority,
Yes.
it could be game over.
It could be devastating
yeah,
for sure.
yeah.
But-
Especially if you don't get the ward off with Trugg again.
Exactly, and in a position where it's like I can't afford to not go in because your whole army.
You
is
gotta
there.
play. You gotta fight for the center over the next 3 turns.
Yep.
The center 2 points are going to be stored for.
I do have the spell ignores, so good for Blizzard, but the stare also can go both ways as well, so it's kind of random either way. So it'll be fun.
Yeah, always potentially deadly though, and we've then held back, so all the resources are still on the table.
Yep.
And that'll see us go into a Trug's Trog Herd turn 2.
Let's do it. Okay, so for my turn, I'm going to do what's that glowy thing. The thought process here is that if the moon
Pick one objective you do not control. Complete this battle tech if you control that objective with 2 friendly Trug's Trog Herd units affected by the bad
in the
moon.
middle, if it goes away later, I want to get it now because I might not be able. I might not be able to get it later.
Hold 2 objectives.
Pick one objective that I don't control. Have 2 units under the moon on that.
Okay.
So, very
Easy right now.
easy right now. And yeah, like I said, it might not be open later. So we're gonna do that. We're gonna do a CP on my general for my heroic action, which I fail.
And I'm gonna go for Here We Go again.
Yep.
I'll fail it again.
And then we're gonna roll the bonk my laystone.
It's a better roll.
So I was really hoping for the attacks or the ward, but not getting here. So I'm just gonna go for the +1 rend to my whole army, which is still good. Still good.
Yeah.
Okay, and with that, we're just gonna go into movement. Okay, so first we're going to start off with the Fellwater shooting into the Ardboys. So that's going to be 3 at -2.
Okay. 2s to 4s. All good.
Oh my
Love
god,
it.
yeah, right.
After that epic save, the Ardboys take 1 mortal wound from a unit of Rock Guts, and another unit of Rock Guts kills a brute.
Okay, that's going to be it. So we'll charge first over here with the those boys.
See, like, battle reports are all about
and then
editing.
Let's do the dank, see if we can get a huge charge here.
You want to make a good battle report? Obviously, lighting and cameras and all that, right? But
I guess we know we're using our reroll. Into a 9.
you just need, it's like editing. You just need a really good editor, or be a good editor and willing to take a lot of time. Like, look how well this is edited.
So I will roar you
Background
with
music's
the general
good.
because he is actually a monster. Oh,
Fail
that.
it.
That's
It's me doing
massive.
Mystic Shield or all defense.
Did he curse and
So
they
I am going to
bleeped
go
it
for an
out?
all-out attack
Did
here
he
on
see that
the,
happen?
on the
I want to see
3
that
rock
again.
guts. I would roar you with the general because he is actually a monster. Oh,
Fail it.
That's
It's me doing
massive.
Mystic Shield or all
I don't know.
defense.
I don't
So I am
know.
going to go for an all-out attack here on the 3 rock guts. I would love to do it on the danks, but yeah,
You need the objective.
I need to take this. It's worth 2 points.
Yep.
So 4 at -3.
So that goes straight through?
So that's 12 damage. Perfect. Exactly. Each one kills a brute.
Yeah, nice.
Perfect.
All right, I'll go with the Ardboys next then.
Yep.
Preparing for retaliation, the Dankhold Trog boss uses all-out defense, while the Ardboys split their attacks and deal a total of 5 damage to the front line of trolls.
That's it for them.
Okay, let's do this boy. It's 2 hits. 2 at -3.
So 1s to 4s.
Yep.
Both go through.
2d6.
10.
Big 10. Let's go.
So we'll kill 5 and then transfers. And then the brutes.
The brutes then deal 3 damage to the unit of 3 Troggoths, and the Trog boss retaliates and kills 2 more Ardboys. The War Chanter deals no damage, and the Rock Guts deal another 9 wounds to the Ardboys.
And what we've all been waiting for.
Yeah, Rend hurts us quite a bit.
The Dankholds
like
are next to
4
fight
up
and manage
saves
to
on
kill the
brutes
War
is not
Chanter,
good.
plus an additional 14 wounds to the brutes, leaving just 1 left alive.
Okay, so Trugg comes in and clears up lots of the screens.
Okay, so back.
Hammers
that
are
was
still in
a
the back,
pretty
so we'll
aggressive,
see what the slapback
turn
is
there.
like, 'cause it's
The
definitely
danks
Work's
are
turn now.
insane. Biggest thing is that just gap kind of inside of the Ardboys allowed me to make that 9-inch charge.
Yeah, so I just trying to clear terrain to terrain, just needed to be a little tighter with my thing, so that gap wasn't there.
Yeah.
So that basically opened it up to a double and it's game over, which
Yes.
is not a good spot to be with Big Wagh.
The Ardboys, because also you're super stretched out, but you're trying to play that like where I can't move very far.
Yeah,
and pinning me
was
so I can't really move.
set up with a double screen, tried to be defensive.
Yeah.
Yeah. But losing obviously both screens in one go.
Yes. Yeah, and then with all the activations, obviously. The biggest one was over here, so that's I went first here and did the +1 to hit and attack, and just perfectly clean them as well. So I rolled decently well.
Yeah, like
everything.
Trugg's gonna they're gonna slap when they get in
I don't know,
range.
there's not much else to talk about. You kind of saw it in the top down.
Trugg's just sitting in the back right now,
regardless of the
right?
screens, you basically set it up. You went super aggro. You basically put it on turn 2 priority.
Yes.
Is going to likely dictate a lot.
Yes.
Or, turn three priority here.
Because of the defensive, yeah.
Yeah, in this situation, so.
Yeah, but
and so this is again, it's like Trugg controls
nice. So
priority.
that is actually big because now at least the danks are attacked.
You have the single brute there.
So
they
did 14
like
damage, which D3
because the Trugg player controls priority, it means that they have like they get to make choices with that knowledge in mind, right? It's like the double turn is a potential for the Trugg player, but it's not a potential for the Orc player. The Orc player can't double turn. So it's like that matters a lot.
Yeah.
It's one under average, very close.
Unfortunately, my Ard boys failed all their saves.
The 4-ups were big.
Yeah, because they were +2.
Yes.
Because you failed the roar, failed the shooting, or I made the saves with the fell waters.
All 3 4-ups you made in the fell waters.
So that was like the perfect scenario for me to keep my defensive wall up.
Yes.
Just failed all the saves. You had the +1 rank, that helped counteract it.
Yeah, and that could so I could have had +1 attack or the 5-up ward. So if I took the 5-up ward, I'm definitely not clearing all of that. So in this position, it's like with being on the bottom, doing the rend or +1 attack is probably the play, right?
Yep.
Because we're going into priority.
Yep.
So
smart.
Yeah, let's see.
It's gonna be a big prio.
Yeah.
We'll live and die.
Live and die by the prio.
That's a 4.
You got it, Jordan. You got it.
Going the Iron Jaws. It is going the big wall way.
Before you go though, before any of that, I just have to see where the moon. So I want a 1 to a 3 here. Nice. So the moon is staying in the middle.
Okay, sounds good. Obviously, gotta take it. We'll jump into Big Wah, turn 3.
Let's do it.
I miss Scragrot. Whenever I don't play Scragrot in Trolls or in Gits, I miss him.
For
I miss
my battle
controlling the
tactic,
moon.
because it just makes sense, I'm gonna go for time to get stuck in, so my whole army has to be within 12 of you.
Yep.
It's an illegal pick. Can't take time to get stuck in because you can only take it in the first 2 battle rounds. So just out of curiosity, if we were looking at the battle tactics here, first or second turn, so this is round 3, right? So you can't take time to get stuck in. Just so looking at that, let's look at what other options were available. So Squish Depuny gets, so he's not going to kill all the battle line this turn because the Dank Holds are the Dank Holds battle line. I'm not sure, but I just doubt he'll kill all the battle line, with or without, even without that. Yeah, that's all we got from there. So then let's look at the book battle tactics, or the GHB battle tactics. What would be a good one this turn? He's 2 pinned. So hold on, I'm just gonna double check here. So I can't remember for Geomantic Pulse what the deployment zones are. So let's just look at that. Geomantic Pulse. The deployment zones are quarters. So he might be able to do Intimidate the Invaders. He might be able to do Intimidate the Invaders. Doesn't look great, though. Reprisal's not going to work. Endless Expropriation's not going to work. Does he have Blizzard? If he has Blizzard, you could maybe do Magical Mayhem, but that's pretty risky. I don't see a lot of wounds on anything, so that's pretty risky. And, I mean, I guess, yeah, so that's pretty risky. Let into the Maelstrom, maybe. Right, because Brutes, it'll be Brutes and, like, probably the Mega Boss on Makrusha. So the Mega Boss is probably going to kill whatever he fights, but the Brutes maybe not. So that's okay. Surround and Destroy isn't ready. And he doesn't have access to Drain the Power. So it looks like right now maybe the 2 that he could choose are Led into the Maelstrom and Intimidate the Invaders. So, I mean, like, those are fine. But yeah, I don't know.
Hopefully we'll kill some stuff.
I'd have to actually see the board in
gonna,
person and do some
3
measuring
Wah points for me.
to see which one of those would be okay.
So 6 more here. And because
There's
I got
the
enough
20
Wah
Wah points.
I'm going to go for, I think, just Heroic Leadership. Cocked. I get it. Nice.
He wasn't rolling
He's
those
big for
cock
big
dice
Wagh.
before.
I will do. We are gonna go
Roll
for,
all your cock dice.
First, I'm gonna heal all my Truggs because it's the hero phase, not yours. So D3 on the big boys for 3. D3 here. So he's gonna go to full. This Trugg will have taken 1.
Yeah, it's like
Everything else
heal
is
up.
full. And then we're gonna do. Yeah, we'll do finest hour on my general.
Sounds good. Primals, 2 each.
Oh.
And then we're gonna
Well,
do
let's
some
back it up
laser
here for a
eyes
sec.
with the
Or-
So, yeah, I mean, I'm assuming that the board edge is here, so he's lucky that it's a quarter of the battlefield, because if it was a half battlefield, intimidate's off the table. So, to me, it looks like he could do intimidate the invaders. How many units do we have left here? So, are there no brutes? Is this like a single brute left over with 1 wound left? He could probably do intimidate. If he wanted to smash the Mega Boss into this, maybe with well, he's got no battle line left. So intimidate the invaders is probably what you'd have to do this turn, because if you didn't do it this turn, you'll not get another chance to do it. So it's like the Mega Boss crashes into all of these trolls, like this little cluster right here in the center, and then just pops Destroyer and tries to delete something. Maybe the whole unit of dank holds. That's a lot of wounds, though. But maybe that's what you do. You just, like, buff up. Or maybe the pigs also go in and the ragers also go in between all of them. It's like, you know, maybe that's what you do. You just gotta, like, trade out here with Intimidate the Invaders. Or, sorry, Let into the Maelstrom. That's what I meant to say. You have to do Let into the Maelstrom because your battle line is about to be gone. So that's probably what I would do here.
And then we're gonna do some laser eyes
Of
with the
course.
Ward
If
of
the
Prophet.
brutes aren't, if
All
that
right,
brute
here
isn't
we
in
go.
combat already, which it
Gonna
looks
be
like he
putting them all
probably is.
into the dank holds.
Of course.
So then you can't even do that one.
Flashback from Dom Elson.
Like, he's in a bad
Yep.
spot for tactics
For,
right
one
now.
mortal?
Even though
Okay.
round 1 and 2 were very easy for him.
Nice.
Nope.
He's
I
in a
take
bad spot right now for
5.
tactics.
All right.
I wonder if he'll realize he can't do time to get
2?
stuck in.
We'll go for it again. I get it.
Yep.
For 1 mortal wound to
Yep.
you. Again.
Yep.
For 1 mortal wound to
Yep.
you. Again. For 2 mortal wounds.
Yeah.
I fail it.
Take 3.
And take 3. Suffer 1.
Yep.
We'll
Our
keep
dog's
going.
so good.
Yes. For 2 mortal wounds.
Mhm.
Fail it. Taking 2. I'll save 1, take 1.
When I do this, I
3 left. This
I
is where I
roll
killed
like
myself.
Yeah, it's
green
even
dice,
right
let's
now.
say, or blue
Yep.
Go
dice.
again. Fail
And I
it.
also take a bunch of red dice, and I roll them at the same
One.
time. So it's like I take
Ignore
2,
1 and
you
die.
take 3,
Yeah.
right?
Word Dog Prophet goes down.
Oh.
So not a ton of value there. And the Weird Knob Shaman is, of course, going to go for a Blizzard, I think, here. On a 4. I think we just gotta trust in the power
Gonna go
of
for
the
it?
gods.
Oh,
6.
good start. No, another 6.
Cocked.
Please, not another 6.
And that's going to put us
Pretty
at
good.
14-15.
And that's your last cast?
That's my last
I might
cast.
as well do 40. 14?
14,
We need a
yep.
15.
Yep.
That is not a 15.
Not gonna get it. We're gonna put Blizzard into the Rot Guts.
You
So I
better
mean, he
kill yourself.
could have gone
And we're
with the
gonna
kill
do,
with the spell, right? Because you have
casual
Blizzard,
11 mortal wounds.
Okay, I'll take it.
I
but
do
it's
suffer
risky.
3. And he only has 1 wound left now.
Oh, so close
Unless
to
you
kill
like, because you
himself.
can roll your
So 11 mortals to
primal
the rock
dice
guts.
first. You can know.
I
How many
take
primal
3,
dice you
so I take
get?
8.
Yep.
So
kill
that
2.
kills 2.
But he doesn't even kill the
And then the
unit.
War Chanter's gonna give Violent Fury to the.
But you could have
Gorgontas.
Wargogged the same target, right? I don't
And
know.
then we're just gonna jump into movement.
Yeah, it looks like that brute's in melee.
And then we got the best shooting in the game with the Maw Crusher. He'll
Let's
try
go.
and take down a Dank.
Yep.
2s. 3s.
Great
Nothing.
editing.
Nice. Had to say the best shooting.
We'll get into charging.
I
and
hate
start with Maw
editing.
Crusher.
I shouldn't say that. I don't have time for
And
editing.
use forward to victory on the Gorgrentis.
Risky, I like it.
For 6 to +1 to 7.
So we're gonna unleash hell. So it'll go to 3s, just 1, and 3s, 1. -2, -2.
So
6.
6s goes
So
through.
D3 damage for 2.
All right, that's the charging. Then we got monstrous actions. Mega Boss is gonna try and roar.
So if he charged in
the
4
Deadbolts.
units, he could
Sense.
pull a
He
Wagh
does.
this turn.
Nice. Now I'm gonna go for it. We're gonna go for a stomp on the pigs. There's a world where I roar here to make it so that you wouldn't get the all-out attack. But if I can kill a pig here, it'd be big. So 2 up. D3. D3. Nah, just 1.
And I'm gonna activate the Destroyer Axe on my Mega Boss on Maw Crusher.
Of course you are.
When I was charging in and setting up, thinking I had smashing and bashing, but obviously don't in Big Wah.
It is all Iron Jaws.
The first lesson, the learning curve with Big Wah.
Yeah.
So puts me in a real tough position about what to attack with.
I'll do my squiggly beast, the start of combat stuff, if
Yep,
you don't
go
mind.
for it.
So within 3, so the little dude on a just hits him. So the brute takes 1. The your general takes 1. Now these guys have to roll 6. Nope. And then the pigs 6. No. So that's it for those.
And without smashing and bashing, it means I really have to go with the Mega Boss here first.
You do, yeah.
I'm gonna take some big hits back, but fingers crossed.
Yep.
The Maw Crusher makes the best of a bad situation and deals out a total of 17 damage, killing 2 of the Dankhold Troggoths.
So I'm gonna go with the Fellwaters. And we're gonna do all-out attack.
The Fellwater Troggoths retaliate and deal 12 damage, killing 4 Brute Ragers.
Then we'll go next with the pigs.
Yep.
So I'll do all-out attack from my Weird Knob Shaman.
From the general, yep, for just one of them.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna use my last CP, risk the bravery on the tank, and do all-out defense.
So I'll do 2s and 2s.
Yep. Ooh, not great. Well, not terrible. 5.
So 10 damage.
Okay, so he's got 2 left.
It's 20 damage from the Gorgrentas.
Yeah, makes sense. The general dies.
And then you have the
Then we
Dankhold.
got the tank. 4 attacks, 3s, and 2s.
6s. Save on.
Oh, that could have been spicy
So
still.
it's 9 plus,
Yeah, 9 plus 3, 6, 7.
yeah, so 16 damage.
Yep. And
So he has 2
killed-
remaining plus the 1. So he has 3 wounds left.
Yep.
And then I'll have the Ragers.
Yep. Kills 1.
I mean, it's kind of interesting to me. One more Wagh point he could have called the Wagh, and I'm sort of in my head wondering if that would have been a good choice. If he
Okay, so
had
batch
it
log
as
for
an
me,
option.
I'm gonna start.
He failed
with
his,
these,
here we go, a bunch early.
Fell
So
waters. So let's see what they roll. 2, damn, I'm using it, and now we'll do the dank. Yes, he's good.
Okay, so no one's fleeing.
Destruction on destruction, nobody wants to run away.
Yeah, so this has just been feeling a bad game ever since, again, sneaking that guy through kind of really just threw a wrinkle in everything I was trying to do, put me in a bad spot. Learning lots about Big Wah and the things you're missing from Iron Jaws, obviously.
Yeah, the rend in, the smashing and dashing.
Just thinking I would have set up my charges and whatnot differently, I think, had I not remembered that I didn't have smashing and bashing.
Yeah.
So that's
Smashing and
obviously
bashing
something to
is, like,
learn.
the only
Mega Boss
good
didn't
Iron
kill
Jaws
the guys.
rule.
I left 5 wounds left because I only got 1 of his big weapons through
Yeah.
at 5 damage a pop.
the Wagh is
Another one of those goes
fine.
through and I wipe them.
It sucks you can't
I
do it
took
on your opponent's
16
turn.
damage back.
From a single dank,
Yeah.
did 3 went through on 3s and 2s,
Yeah.
4, which isn't crazy, but it's D3 plus 3 damage profile is just bonkers.
Yeah. So that was not good. Took down your general, lost 4 Ragers in return.
Yeah.
That's
I
fine.
did my battle tactic.
No, you
But I'm
don't.
just scoring 2 for that, so I'll be 5 points for the turn.
Yep.
So not great, but
Yeah, because him surviving actually does make me have 5 on this. So yeah, I do hold it.
yeah. So not feeling great about it. We're obviously gonna take some hits back. could be real bad after this. So
Big Daddy Trug's
yeah,
gonna come
Yeah,
in.
Trugg's coming in.
yeah, just jump into Trugg's Trog Herd, turn 3.
Let's go.
It's not looking good for Big Wagh.
So first, my Trogs are all going to heal. So the Fell Waters, 1, so taking 1. The big boy, 3, so taking 2.
Doesn't he heal D6?
Okay, so
or is that
before
just
everything,
the
I'm just
boss?
going to roll my Trugs bonking his Laystone, see what we get. So we're going to go for just the +1 attack on everyone.
Seems good.
Okay, so we're going to go for Bait and Trap as my tactic. And I'm going to do a CP because my general is dead. So on a 2-up, which I get.
He's not
And
because
I might as well-
Trugg is a
Probably a waste,
War
but I'll go
Master.
for Finest Hour with the Mega Boss.
Yep.
I think.
Okay, and then I'm
I'll
just going to
double
go
check
into movement.
We'll redeploy from the Mega Boss.
War Master. So no, your general is not dead.
All right, I'll redeploy the Mega Boss
Yep.
for 5,
Nice.
Where's he going? Back it up? Alright.
and the Weird Knob Shaman.
Alright, he's triple redeploying.
Shooting.
The Trog boss shoots at the Weird Knob Shaman, but misses. Then a unit of 3 rock guts deal 1 mortal wound to the Gore Grunters.
Okay, then let's go for some charges. So we'll start with Trugg.
Easy game. Yeah, just getting pummeled on that objective.
On impact, the Trog boss kills
Ugh.
the Weird Knob Shaman and deals 1 wound to the War Chanter. Then Trugg stomps the Gore Grunters, killing one and dealing 1 wound to another. Trugg starts combat by dealing 9 wounds with his club, but then completely misses with his antlers.
You dirty boy, Trugg, doing me dirty. That was D3 plus 3.
Antlers
That
are
could've
only
been a
2
pig
dice. So here's the thing with Trugg, okay? Okay, so 3-inch range on both his attacks, fine. So the Iron Shell Club. Iron Shell Club has 4 attacks at 3s and 3s with 2 rend and D6 damage. Okay, so not a high volume of attacks with only 4 at top of profile, okay? 3s and 3s is like fine, like okay, but still not super great. And then 2 rend is good, okay, good save. And then D6 damage kind of blows. Like, I value consistency. I value consistency and the Wargog Prophet. Wargog Prophet is not consistent. But still, 4 dice, 3s and 3s, 2 rend, D6 damage. That D6 damage hurts me. I don't like that D6 damage. When you need it, when you get 2 attacks through, right? It's like you're dealing an average of 7 damage, which is like whatever. Like, that's not phenomenal. That's not phenomenal. And then sometimes it's going to be like 11, which is like, sure, fine. And then sometimes it's going to be 3. And when it's 3, like, you're going to, it's like you roll 4 dice on this big 320 point model and you get 3 damage through. Like, it just doesn't feel good. And then the Mighty Antlers, 2 attacks, and then it's a 2-up to hit, 2-up to wound. Okay, better, right? Better, but still only 2 attacks. And then 2 rend, so that's fine, and then D3 plus 3. So if both get through, you're going to deal like, 10 damage if both get through. But you can kind of see here, it's like we're throwing a total of 6 dice total at the top of profile. And then as soon as we get down a little bit lower, it's like, well, we lose 1 attack, right? And then it goes from a 2-up for the Mighty Antlers to a 3-up for the Mighty Antlers. Like, he just doesn't really deal a ton of damage, right? Trugg doesn't really deal a lot of damage. He has a 4-up save and 16 wounds, so he's kind of survivable. He's no Ushiran, right? He doesn't have a, he's got a War Master. His malfunctioning ley line in Trugg's Trog Herd is probably his best thing, right? Giving a 5-up ward to everybody. Like, it's just good. It's good. Like, +1 attacks is good. +1 rend is good. Roll a die each time this unit receives a command. That one's not that great. Unmodified hit rolls of 6 for attacks made with missile weapons. What? Only unmodified hit rolls of 6 for attacks made with missile weapons that target this unit score is 6. So it's like you can shut off shooting. Like, there's lots of good options. The The Lee line is obviously what makes the thing. Yeah, his regeneration is good and fine. I guess he's kind of tanky that way. He dies to burst damage, right? Like you need to kind of burst him down, but he doesn't really hit very hard. And so it's like if you have bursty damage, or like a lot of mortal wound output, and he doesn't have the ward, like you can kind of just remove him from the table. And he's the same cost as a reinforced unit of bounders. So in Trugg herd, obviously, running like reinforced bounders to me just seems better in non-Trugg herd. And to me, non-Trugg herd trolls seems better because you can run wizards and you can run bounders and you can actually run like all the parts of an army. I don't know. I'm not a huge fan of
The Gore Grunters then retaliate and deal
Trugg.
16 wounds, wiping out an entire squad of rock guts.
Cool.
Making it interesting.
Yeah. Okay, then that dank is just gonna try to bop you.
Okay.
Nothing special. So this is 3s and 3s, so really swingy. So 3s.
Yeah, really swingy.
3s.
There it is, right?
Nothing.
Dank hold
This is
accomplishing
what
nothing.
happens. This is classic Age of Sigmar right here.
This is classic destruction.
Well, no, it's
Shitty
not.
carnage.
Yes.
If they
War
were
Chanter's gonna fight you back.
if they were rock
Twos and
guts, it would be
twos.
different.
Take 2.
And then I have the 2 Ragers into Trugg.
4.
Is
for
he
8
not?
damage.
8
Does he not get the
He has
Loon
no ward
Shrine
save.
rules? Does stuff not come back?
And that's it for combat.
Yes.
You killed 3 pigs, so battle shock. I'm good.
Wow. Nice.
We haven't had a single thing flee yet today.
No. So then I have my end of combat. I'm gonna just eat that War Chanter, and it's gonna be the greatest thing of life. So on a 6. Oh. And then I'm gonna roll my 4 up to see if I get any Trogs back, which I don't.
Yeah, see,
Really?
he
Making a
does.
game of it.
Yeah.
Right, so here we are again, right, with talking about the Loon Shrine. Without the Clammy Hand and without King's Gits, at the end of your turn, getting to bring 1 unit back on a 4-up, it's like you're gonna recur like maybe 2 half-strength units over the entire game. Like it's a non-factor. Right? It's a non-factor. If you're playing Gits and you're not playing the Clammy Hand and King's Gits, you're not recurring, and you have to pretend like there is no recursion in your army.
Ah, this
Because
is,
you can't rely on it. It's
this
like,
is
what
like
am I going to do if I don't? No. It's like you're not
sloppiest
getting
game
stuff
for
back.
2 armies ever.
Yeah.
Like, two-
Well, mine has just been that last turn was horrendous for dice.
yeah.
Wait.
And I don't mean like in terms of play, but just the way things have gone.
All over the place.
It's been just nutty.
Yeah. And actually, I'm not even gonna get this point.
Nope,
I
because
didn't even
I'll
think about
have
that, 'cause you're gonna have
6,
2 forces.
7, 8 guys there.
Yeah. The Ragers 4. Oh, that was last turn.
Yep.
Wow. Yeah, and I didn't kill the War Chanter. Trugg just
Still get-
flubbed everything. I'm
You
gonna
get 5 points as well.
Yeah,
Yeah, 1, 2,
right.
3.
There
4,
it
5.
is.
Yep.
Trugg, flubbed.
Send
Everything.
us into round 4.
He can just
playing
whiff
well.
on his dice.
Because I decided to keep the Mock Crusher
And it's
alive.
not that
I'm just gonna
uncommon.
Be able to kill the other stuff.
Much different game.
Battle bots.
Ewan.
I rolled a big moon.
Okay.
Before that, we roll to see if my moon goes.
Nope.
Which it does.
Yeah, before that
the
you
moon
do,
goes
yeah.
in your southwest corner.
Okay.
And I obviously have to take the turn, yeah.
Sounds good. So we'll jump into.
Trugg's Trogg Herd, turn 4. So Trugg's gonna heal D3 plus 3 for 4. So taking 4.
Yeah, you got to burst him.
The dank is full. These guys, no matter what, are full. The 4, just 1, so taking 3. So first we're gonna start with bonking the Laystone. No 2s.
No 2s, no 6s.
So we're gonna just go with the extra rend again. Seemed to work actually in turn 2.
Extra
so let's
rend
go
is
back
fine.
To the rend. Okay, so I'm actually just gonna go for reprisal. So it's in between reprisal.
We have bad
or
saves,
one
no
Trugg
wards,
where
right?
Trugg
Rend
kills
is good
the
against orcs.
Which it's better. Reprisal's better because then I just know I have any unit can kill them. So yeah,
Yeah,
we're gonna go
reprisal
for
is a
that.
good choice
So
here.
we're just gonna go for my command point.
It's kind of interesting too because if you're playing like a War Master, like Trugg, and then you have a general, like it's actually kind of okay to be really aggressive with that general, depending on who the general is, right? But it's like, go ahead, kill him. I'm still gonna get my CP, right? Like I'm losing the unit, but I'm not losing my general. So then Reprisal becomes an option.
Definitely going to be heroic
Seems
leadership,
good to
so
me.
I'm just going to do that first. 2 up, get my CP.
My heroic action is going to be heroic recovery, which I'll heal just 1 with my Mega Boss.
Yeah, this should be the end for the Orc player.
The Fellwater Troggoth shoots into the Gore Grunters and deals 3 wounds, also making them -1 to save.
Yeah, so they're an unmodifiable 5-ups now. They're done. Even the Fellwaters could probably take
Trugg
out the
then
bulk of
stomps
them.
the Gore Grunters and deals 3 more mortals, killing 1.
Yep, that's a good call. You don't need Roar because they can't all out defense now.
So we're going to start with the Dank. We're going to do all out attack from the boy.
The lone Troggoth swings his mighty club, and with the help of all-out attack, finishes off the Gore Grunters. Next, the War Chanter does his part and deals 6 damage to the Trogg boss.
Attaboy.
But then Trugg retaliates and wipes out the remaining Ragers.
Yeah.
Last to fight, the Trogg boss finishes off the War Chanter, leaving
Yeah.
only the Maw Crusher
And
left
then he
standing.
heals. Oh no, that's Mega Mob. Never mind.
Okay, so yeah, the thing I wanted to do in turn 3 happened to turn late, and that's exactly kind of what I wanted to do. I left it on Trugg, he didn't do it. The single old Dank had to come in and just be...
That guy's a legend. He has carried your army this game.
It's the old Mollog model too, for the Dank. So the main thing here was I didn't care about the Maw Crusher, because if I can kill everything else, then yes, 1 Maw Crusher
Yeah,
can
very
run around and
good.
kill stuff, but not score enough.
Yep.
So
Yep,
that's going to be
correct.
it then, and I'm going to score, so I'll get the Pulse and then the extra 2, so I will get the big 7
Yep,
this turn.
yep. Obviously don't have a lot left, but we'll be able to store some points because it is Big Wagh.
Yep.
And we'll just jump into the bottom of round 4. Big Wagh, turn 4.
Now he can Wah this turn, not that it matters.
All right, so my battle tactic is going to be Intimidate the Invaders.
Yep.
I'm going to go for Heroic Recovery, which I get. Healing 2 this time.
So I will just go for a CP, and I get it. And I'm just gonna go for, actually at the start, I'm gonna actually heal my guys as well. So Trugg will heal the full, the Dank over there is gonna heal 2. So let's just go for it. We're gonna go for the big rally on the Danks just to see if any of
Seems
his
good.
friends will come back.
Yeah.
And the Dank comes back.
Getting a Dank back
It's
is
always
sick.
one of those things at the end of the game that's just not needed, but
Why not?
why not? Bring another Dank back.
All right, then adjust into movement real quick.
Yep.
So that's it for my turn. Just trying to store points here at the end.
Yeah.
Do everything I can to keep it close. I'm on both of those objectives, but I can only contest one. Contesting obviously this one because it's the pulse.
Counts for more, yeah.
Yep. In round 4, we are tied, I think, up to this point, but falling behind now.
Yeah.
And we'll go priority for round 5.
Yeah.
That's a 6.
You're gonna get
we
it,
win
yeah.
it.
Nice.
And I'm gonna go for my battle tactic
Wah.
is going to be Wagh,
Wagh point.
but I'll have to do something because I don't automatically get the last point. I'm at 29, so gotta do some work still. But we'll go into Iron Jaws turn 5.
Sounds
Wait
good.
for it, lads, is what he means.
And I'm gonna go for Heroic Recovery again,
Yep.
which I'll get. Healing 3 this time.
Nice. He can do it.
And then he's gonna use Fasten to move.
Yeah. So that's at 3.
At least his tactic is
And I'll
easy.
go right to charging.
Yep.
3, just barely.
Good thing you had Fasten because you could redeploy.
Yep. Monstrous action is going to be the roar, and I roar you.
Yep.
And that charge put me up to 30 Wagh points, so I'll get my battle tactic. And just for pride, we're going to see if we can kill these rockets.
See how many ones this Maw Crusher is going to roll.
Without
He
Destroyer,
relentless
he's
10
not going to
damage,
do
Jordan,
it.
You know that.
4 ones there on the hit.
Yeah, 3-up save, 5-up ward. Like, you're not killing
Alright,
that unit
so
of rockets.
Kill them by 1.
We've taken half the board.
Oh, he
That
did.
Half of the board is
Congratulations.
Yeah.
He used
ours.
Destroyer
That's gonna
already, though,
score
right?
me- I mean, that was just for fun. But I will score my battle tactic of getting the to 30 Wagh points.
Yep.
I hold the pulse and the adjacent one.
Yes.
It's 5 points plus hold 1 for 6. That's a max point this round.
Yeah.
Puts me up ahead.
I mean,
by
he's making
4
it
points
go.
right now.
He's making a go of it.
Going into the final turn of the game, and Trugg's Trogg turn 5.
Yes. So, in my turn, I'm just going to do Intimidate, obviously, which I've been saving for. And then I'm just going to score this point. I'm just going to move something on. It doesn't matter.
Yep.
Yay.
no real play to get the pulse at the moment. But
Yeah, so there's no way I can get this 2, but already knowing the math when I was going into this turn,
Yep.
even if Jordan did what he did, knew that I wouldn't be able to. But it does say something about earlier on kind of being a little closer to here so that I could score this. So yeah, I'm gonna get just hold 1, hold this secondary pulse. My battle tactic for 4
4 points ties the game.
ties the game, but then I do have overshadow.
Yes.
So that's the reason also I ran this little dude super far away.
So on the grand strategy, I mean, you have a couple of battle line units still,
All of them.
but you'll get the grand strategy to pull ahead 3 points at the end.
Yes. Yeah.
And now, I think that's one of the most interesting things is, the second half of the game, I didn't have an army.
No, it looked very bad.
And a mission like this, Big Wagh getting tactics reliably, like
Yeah, it's
Well,
huge that you could keep it to coming down to grand strat.
if not for the weird enough shot, I mean, now you could have killed him potentially anyways, but did 5 damage to himself throughout the game. Like let's say if he just somehow lives, rolls a bigger redeploy, right?
Yeah,
And then I can teleport him late game.
over to this corner or something. Yeah,
That's the difference. Like,
of a tie here.
Yes.
Yeah. And then I didn't roll also the turn. I rolled it after, but I did roll. I rolled a 6.
Yeah.
So I technically could have 3 Truggs here to maybe go and get that point. But this is what I was saying before, is that in Pulse, you really have to be cognizant of that last turn being over here.
Yes.
Because I clearly wasn't fully.
And you would have to kill the Maw Crusher to take it even.
Yes, but you had the pigs so far over here that I needed to kill them.
Yep.
So I didn't really need to put that much stuff into them. So I could have, but I wanted to make sure that I killed them.
Yeah.
So my tactic plus that's your battle line unit. So no.
Yeah, again, if you're not playing Trugg, you can, or Trugg's Trugg herd, you can teleport, you can move around the board that way, you can play bounders, you can play all kinds of things to help, right?
And talking through it, like during the turns, I was really setting up to play the flanks because I have the speed.
Yeah.
But you just went so hard in the center that I couldn't ignore it, and I also couldn't escape with everything. You know what I mean? I could, like, the Maw Crusher could have ran away, the pigs could have ran away, but then
both fast.
I'm throwing everything else away.
And in the beginning, I set up as well for the outsides was those 2 units because these guys did nothing all game except die at the end.
And that's where that turn 2, I think there were a couple big moments in the game. Obviously, winning turn 3 prio kept me in the game.
Yeah.
But you winning turn 2 prio and giving it away really put me in a bad spot because we both wanted to do the same thing.
Yeah.
If I give you the turn, you're coming in, probably just hitting my first screen, not getting into the rest of it, and it's potentially a little more sketchy.
Yes.
And lets me then, at some point potentially double back or double you. But also the not getting the teleport on that turn 2 with my pigs, wanting to get them out here.
Could have just cleared them.
Clear that unit.
I am not scoring that.
And you are not scoring the pulse or the adjacent to the pulse. You basically got a few extra points by me not being able to take this in the game.
Yep. And that's what I said earlier. I saved my dice because you rolled 11 to a 12, then you rolled the miscast on the one that you needed the teleport. Yeah. Which I had a primal, so it would have been, who knows?
Yeah, we both did, so it would have been even. I got +1, so it's all up to dice. But that's just the maybe one of the things I really wanted to set up the game. Yeah. And try and that would spread you out a little more, hopefully. But ended up just being a pure destruction smash up in the middle.
It was, and that's what Pulse is. It's literally, Pulse is always, you have your whole main pretty much army and then your 1 or 2 little units. Yeah. Usually it's 1 if you're trying to make the Pulse the other way, but that's also so big in being able to give away turn 2 and starting the Pulse over here. Because you only had the pigs and most of the other stuff, you can kind of pick out where your opponent's army is and then start the Pulse on the other side. Yeah. But you have to be, like I said, cognizant.
Prepared to take it late game.
To the other side, which in your head, it's like, I don't know. I feel like it should be ingrained from playing the Pulse so many times, but it's still sometimes like here, it's like it kind of catches you out. Like, I didn't need to put everything that way, but enough to safely get your tactics and grand strats, which we did both very well here. Yep. What? So if I
just lost my grand strat is the only thing on that.
We dropped a few on the one turn. Yeah. Yep.
But yeah, otherwise, I didn't really, again, first game with Big Wagh for myself, didn't really feel like I showed it off great and just situationally. Yeah. But I think also, having played against Big Wagh a lot with maybe not so aggressive armies, they have a tougher time with Big Wagh, I feel. Where here, if you can hit Big Wagh and
hurt them.
Yes, smack them, be the aggressor, barring crazy rolls with like the eye lasers and blizzard, which I got them both off, but they didn't do insane, right? They were
They didn't go on the other side, which
yeah, he could have. He got unlucky with his mask and.
Which is great. Thank
but
you for that.
it happens.
But yeah, this is they hit like the dank Troggoths are just wild. How much damage and
the brutes. The brutes melted. The Ard boys
even
melted.
Just all attack, even plus them to hit an extra attack to 3 rock guts. Cleared 5 brutes. Like they can do good damage, and it's 2 rend, sometimes 3. Like bonking the Laystone is awesome. Extra rend, extra attack. I didn't even do the ward once actually. I just did. I didn't roll a 6. But I'm kind of happy it worked out doing all the damage as opposed to being more defensive. So we got the win with Trugg's Trogherd. Big shout out to my boy Bud.
Yeah.
I know he's playing in a tournament with Trugg. Well, this will come out after he'd already played with Trugg's, but
and the Dagholds got to do something this time because last time we had the unit on, they just got rocks or terrain thrown at them.
Gargant just killed them. Yeah, that was a unit of 2. You just need to run a unit of 3. Apparently, is the the dirt.
Lose 2.
It's a lot of points.
Yeah.
But that'll be it for us here today, guys. Again, big melee smash. Hope you guys enjoyed that bloody matchup.
Yeah, go check these guys out. They're great. But make sure you watch all my stuff first. Like, subscribe. Wow.